What's up, people? What's going on? How's everyone doing this afternoon? Sorry, this evening, Sunday evening. Hope everyone is having had a great weekend. Being as though we in a lot of different times. What's going on in America right now, all over the country and everything. But I really hope you're having a good day. I hope you're enjoying your day right now. Hope you're relaxing. Hope things going well for you and your family, and things are what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna let people come in, get in real quick. What's up? What's up? What's going on? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna share this to my YouTube. Hold on just 1 second, guys. Mm-hmm. 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 What's going on? Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Let me take this off. Yes, yes. So yes, are you afraid to be accountable? In this society, especially as a man and a black man at that, accountability is something to be, matched. You understand me? Accountability is something that you need to be accountable for because if you're not, somebody's going to make you accountable. You know, and so it's going to be, let's say, your mother, your father, your kid's mother, or just the system would be. You don't get those chances, you know. So as a man in this society, in a westernized society, they want you to be accountable. As what I saw from my perspective, a lot of women in this society, they don't really have to be accountable for many things, being as though, break up in a relationship, not really raising their child or children the best way they possibly can, you know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, just, who they, sleeping with on a daily, on a daily basis really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? People aren't, a lot of people are just afraid to be accountable even when they don't have to, even when they don't have to be in a society, especially women. From my perspective, I see it all the time. You know, um, especially single women. You definitely don't have to be accountable. You can hold whatever providence that you hold yourself in. That's what it is. It's not. You know, it doesn't have to be like it would be for myself. Accountable. Are you afraid to be accountable when it comes to your bills and paying your bills on time and stuff like that? Are you afraid to be accountable of situations where it might it might not help the fact that you're not doing anything to to make yourself a better person, and it's certain situations where people are afraid to be accountable for their self because I mean that's going to be hard. That's hard. That's other hard work. That's other mental unstableness that you might have. You know, I know many people that are afraid to be accountable. A lot of family members of mine, a lot of associates, and then we live in a society where they, again, they specifically don't want the woman or the man to be accountable, but especially the woman by giving them, options, other options, government assistance. But you're going to be accountable for something. I do believe, you're going to be accountable. It might look shiny because it's free, but you're gonna have to assume the position to be the person that's going to have to be accountable. It's been many of occasions where I wasn't accountable for a lot of things. I wasn't accountable for the things that I have done, and that didn't turn out good because another word that we should be claiming that we should be looking at is the mighty thing called karma. Karma is something else. Karma can make you do things. I mean, can come. Things can come right back at you, especially when you're used to not being accountable. You know, you want everybody else to be accountable, and it usually don't work like that. You might have several years where you're getting away with all this karma that's gonna come back to you, but eventually you're gonna see it in other people's ways. You're gonna see it in that way that you need to you yourself need to chill. You yourself need to understand that this all the stuff can come back to you. You know, it's a saying goes where you know people got to learn to live. So it's a lot of youngsters. I got two teenagers. That you know they don't feel like they need to be accountable for many things. Even coaching. Several years that I've been coaching, still am, and being an educator. It's a lot of teenagers that's not accountable for everything that they do. They don't think about what can lead to a disciplinary decision for them, and that's when this is where you live. You learn and live. I believe in that 100%, to learn and live. Because if you're not learning and living, and you're not being accountable for anything, your whole situation will be effed up. Everything that you worked on, everything that you focused on can be just messed up. Because eventually, all this unaccountability that's not catching up with you right now will catch up. And that's when karma come in. It's a simple thing. People need to realize and understand stuff like that. For one, as a man, especially a black man, we're not being, for the most, I can't even say the most part because a lot of black men, it's more single father, single black men that's fathers, that's black, I should say. I'm sorry, it's more single fathers that's black than any other non-black person in America, and it's growing. So we understand that part, but the part we really need to understand is who do we give our seed to? You know what I'm saying? Who do we, do we value parenthood? Do we value actually putting the effort 1,000% on how our kids are being raised? This is the thing, because being a single parent is already hard as it is. But when you choosing a person because of their physicalness instead of their mental, you hurt everybody. That's not being accountable, because you might be hurting generations of fuck up stuff. Excuse me, you might, and that's what you have to understand. You have to realize that. You have to realize it ain't no game. Being the way that people be. It have to be something that you learn from. That's why you have to learn to live. And before I go even further, I just want to let everyone know that please, if you when you see this video, or if you're watching it, please subscribe, or like. I'm a new YouTuber, and I would love for somebody to subscribe to my channel, other than my lady. You know what I'm saying? So please do that. Please. I'm bringing a lot of content. It's going to be situations where I call someone and we discuss different situations, and you will hear it. I will try my darnest, and I will do it because I have a several, a bunch of different content that I want to put up to display. I want to do that big time. You understand me? Because I feel as though that, we need to do this. We need to run this. We need to, as people, we need, people that's thinking in a logical manner. Because again, that's where that illogical thing come from, irrational, different situations where you don't even want to tell me, you don't want to even let it be known that you need to be accountable when you those situations when you're the opposite of a logical thinking when you're the opposite of a rational thinker. That's being unaccountable. So we have to really ask ourselves on a daily day: are we afraid to be accountable? I mean, you sometimes you are. This is why you really need to know what you're doing and who you're doing it to. And this is what settles. Like, if you owe someone money or what have you, and if you know you're going to owe somebody money before you ask him or her that you want the money, I mean, that you need to borrow it, do you know that you're going to be able to borrow it? And if you don't know, are you going to be accountable if this person want to take you to court or what have you? Are you going to be that person? You know, do you want to go through all that embarrassment, especially if you live in a small town? Do you want to go through all that embarrassment of uh, people knowing that you're not a person of their word at all? This is what stuff you have to ask yourself. It's no funny business. It's just real talk. It's stuff that you really, really have to explore and just ask yourself because this is what adults do. Adults do stuff like that. They do stuff like wanting to know what can they do, what and what not can they do. And I heard of another saying that if you can't afford an item twice, like two times, like you can't afford to buy two of them, don't buy it at all. See, that's being accountable. That's not afraid to be accountable. What I should say, you know, and it's crazy that it's a lot of things that's really, it's a lot of things that's getting lost because we live in a world that it's like a do thy will world with no responsibility at all. And we wonder all the time, what's the problem? Why we can't do this? Why we can't do that? What's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? Being as though it's a lot of shit that can transpire from you not being accountable. You could be holding your life in danger or someone else's life in danger because you're afraid to be accountable. You know what I mean? And this is what it is. You know, I'm having a little beep. Do y'all hear like a little beep sound? It's a little weird. Hope everything good with this. But yeah. And with me, like the first time I knew I was a person that was accountable, being as though it was hard, is when my kid's mother. By my first two, I got three. By my first two, we was done. I was 21 years old, living in Jersey, moving back to Jersey, and I seen it like, oh, it's party time. I did for like a month or two, and then after that month or two was over, maybe a little more, I was back to wanting to be around my kids. See, I wasn't accountable at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When it came to my children, because I just wanted to leave that toxic relationship that I was in. Being as though I knew that as a 19-year-old, I made a mistake by, doing. I wasn't being accountable of my situation, of what I was putting my, dick into. I wasn't being accountable. So I said to myself, once I got finished, partying all the time after me and my ex, my two kids, mother broke up from the toxicity that we had. When we broke up, I was like, I'm done. I'm ready to party. Then that didn't work out. I needed to be next to my children because I knew they needed me. Because I didn't know I wasn't going to be that man that my father was and not accountable. He would rather leave the whole situation, not be accountable for at least his children. That's just like a father having all these kids and don't understand that, all these kids by several different women and don't understand, even vice versa. These women having all these kids by several different fathers and don't understand that you are acting afraid to not be accountable. You are doing that, not him, not her, not anybody else. You are afraid to do that. You are afraid to, what I'm saying, understand that you must put some knowledge in all your children's heads. You must be around your child. You must take advantage of making sure your child is always number one on your list. And even if you have to make a sacrifice because you got to pay the bills, you know, even you got to make a sacrifice, you understand that your child, your children must be in your specific norm, your daily ventures. Your child must be because that's the big, in my opinion, that's the biggest investment you can do. And when you mess up your investment, when they get older, I'm telling you, they will let you know. When you get older, your kids will let you know what's going on. You must understand that, you know. And it's not about you know you. It's not about you anymore when you have children. So I really don't understand why people that's afraid to be accountable have kids. That's the worst thing you can do when you're not accountable and you have kids. It's weird. It's weird to me. I never understood it, you know. But yeah, man, just like I said, like and subscribe. I'm going to be on uh, tomorrow. I want, I'm going to be on tomorrow, about two to three times. I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna try to do an interview. I'm talking to a couple of other guys, meaning women or men, on doing an interview with me. Um, Again, I'm still learning this YouTube thing, and I'm going to keep on doing it. I'm keeping on investing in this. I'm being accountable for what I promised myself and my lady that I was going to take this podcast to another level. And I know everyone's doing it, but I'm gonna always try to do things differently. And if I don't, I'm gonna work the hardest. And I just don't want to say it. I'm more of a doer. I'm just letting anybody that subscribe to me and like whatever the videos that I have to understand. I will be loyal to my listeners. Um, and and it's going to go like that. I'm going to make sure that I'm loyal to my listeners. So again, tomorrow I'm going to do two videos so you guys can keep on seeing what I do and everything. And Dream Big Podcast is going to go into that lane to the fullest. Uh, I'm an interviewer. I can talk for a good 20, 30 minutes by myself, but I love to interview people. Because that keep people viewers coming in, and that's what I want to do. I want people to get away from that CNN, get away from you got to do ESPN to watch sports, but most of this ESPN shit now is about social justice and getting attention and stuff like that. If it's change that's happening, I love it. But if it's not changed, it's more photo op, it's more high school stuff. I want to be like everyone else. It's a trend, especially off the black man's dead body. I don't want to be involved in it. It's real simple. But anyway, you got to stop being afraid to be accountable. And especially if you're dealing with it, especially if you have kids or you have anybody, your wife, your girlfriend, anybody that's looking up to you, if you're an educator and stuff like that. So again, guys, thank you for watching my live. Please like and subscribe to this. And I will see you tomorrow, definitely. Peace.